My name is Jose Leon. I'm Chinese, Guatemalan, and Indian mix. I was born in Guatemala, Central America. Then I then I relocated to the United States when I was 18 years old. And I live currently I live in Las Vegas, Los Angeles.
Nice. Okay, and what was your intention for coming to this retreat, and how do you feel that intention was met?
My intention to come to this retreat was one in which I have attended many retreats in many different countries in looking for that essential, original, spiritual being that is in all of us. So I came here with the idea, and the name of this was the retreat of looking for Pancho.
And Pancho is your nickname?
Pancho is my nickname, my middle nickname. That's my father's same name as my father. And he broke the tradition because traditionally he was a Buddhist. In the tradition is like the firstborn child or the elder ones, they get the name. I was the fourth born and I was named Pancho. So I understand why now.
Do you feel like you met Pancho in this retreat?
I met in this retreat, what happens is through the medicine and the meditation and the truly asking oneself the question of who am I? Why am I here for? So I met many different Panchos. A lot of them show up. There was Panchito, Pancho, Panchote, Panstermo. So of all these Panchos, and what I understand now is from the original Pancho, it is the one that the essence and the space that it has. But then as we know that we have many different Panchos in it, so the one that comes in this retreat, and it was more present, and I understand him now, is the original Pancho, not the made Pancho, not the achieving Pancho, the successful Pancho, the helpful, the family, the loving father, the curious, the entrepreneur. All those are the Panchos that come and they present themselves through our ancestors, our parents, the conditioning that we exposed to. So that is a condition made Pancho. So I know the Panchos and I understand them. So there is less density and less in between. It's all the same Pancho, but it's a Pancho that is built from understanding his inside first, then the outside.
Nice, that's an answer. Would you say that you had connected more deeply with the Pancho of your true nature?
Yes, the Pancho, the true nature, yes, I understand. And then as I realized, like, the awareness of nature, the world, and everything, it will continue as we are just in this life, understanding and preparing the duality of life and death. And that will continue coming like the sound of the river now, with different sounds, different expressions, different magnetisms, different attractions, different distractions. It is all here for all of us to enjoy, but the way to enjoy it more is if you know what's the original, true Pancho from the inside.
Yeah, good answer. Thank you. How do you feel that the practices and the guidance that's used here was supported for your journey throughout
the institute here in Roman, Mark, Anthony, all the service people, it is a great space container. And I see it as a space that was provided for all the Panchos to walk in and out, and then just observe them, the ones walking in and walking out, with no further change or evolution or response to it. And it's the perfect space to really find that space where your true self resides.
Great. And finally, to wrap up, what type of people do you feel this retreat would be good for in general?
I think it's a retreat that will serve human being, for the simple reason that there is an inside and there is an outside, and each one of them will continue with their own energy presenting themselves in day to day. So it's for all of you.
Yeah, nice. It does remind me, there's one more thing I wanted to ask you, Pancho, is do you feel the retreat was helpful in better understanding the connections between the mind and the body? Any physical conditions that you're working with and the connection that has to you?
Hands down. All my 70 years I have lived, many years, I was procreated, developed, conditioned, trained to be a business person and to understand the world of supply and demand. And so I lived that world, and I was very successful at it. I'm still very successful at it. And the question that is the mind and the body. And during the expansion of the mind, if we could call that, as we get attracted to these many conditioning traits, ideas by self and by others, I was very attracted to it, so I lived that. And my outlook was like the mind is the master of the body. And through this retreat here and the space that was created by all the people at the Pairi Institute and the medicine, I was shown different by being present and feeling the body. And now between the body and the mind, there is just a connection. It is not a separation. That is all. What's the plan tomorrow and what's the next step? It is all, the body says, hey, mind, are you minding me or not? And as we know, when we talk about serotonin, which is the receptor of all this, the good feel hormones and all that good feel. So I just realized that serotonin is created and is housed, and it lives 95% in the body and only 5% in the mind. So the body, definitely the body and the mind is work as two separate units, but at times they can work together.
Great. Okay. It's been a real pleasure going through this journey with you, Pancho. Thank you for taking the time to sit for the interview.
Thank you. Thank you. So if you'll come here, be yourself.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Pancho.
Bye.